Howdy, Bobcats! Welcome to a new episode of the Sage Pod, Here, There, and Everywhere. I'm Juliette, your sports editor, and we have a new host on Here, There, and Everywhere. Welcome to our squad.
Hi, I'm Hadley. I'm your entertainment and opinion editor.
Woo! Miss you so much, Leah. I hope you're doing great in college. But today we have a great episode for you today.
We're comparing the lifestyle of an only child to someone who has siblings.
Perfect. Let's get into it.
Let's go.
So, the first thing we're going to talk about is pros and cons of either being an only child or being in a sibling lifestyle. So, me, Juliette, I have a little brother, and Hadley over here is an only child. So, perfect little duo here. So, I'm going to say my pros about having a sibling, and I'm going to say my cons as well. So, pros for having a sibling, I would say, or multiple siblings, I would say definitely you have someone there for you if your parents are being difficult. Like, you definitely have somebody who understands, like, you can go talk to them about it, like, definitely something that is good, like, and then you have a friend in the house that's not your parents, like, you can just hang out in their room or whatever and talk about, because especially if you go to the same school, like, that's pretty cool too. And then, are there that many pros? I don't know. I'll get into cons. They're annoying, really annoying sometimes, especially if they're younger. Really annoying. I would say if you have an older sibling, like, they can be a little bit bossy, and they feel like they can parent you, but that's just me. I like to parent my brother, but yeah. And then another con, I would say, is, like, sometimes they rat you out for stupid things that you didn't even do, or you did do, but, you know, yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm Hadley, and I'm an only child. I'd say some pros are that you can, like, do more things in the sense that you don't have to, like, pay for, like, the additional theme park ticket for, like, a sibling or a couple siblings, and you can go travel different places, and you can kind of live your life more because you're not stuck on, like, the sidelines of their sports games and working around their lives, and you can do things. You don't have to actually drive them places or share things very much. But
literally.
Yeah. And also, you are kind of closer with your parents sometimes because, like, you don't have another sibling
to compete with,
so you have all the attention. Which also doubles as a con, so transitioning to that. Some cons are that, like, all the attention's always on you. So, well, there's that. And it also does get a lot of, like, lonely a lot, where, like, the house is, like, really quiet because you don't have another sibling making all the noise.
Yeah.
So you kind of become, almost by default, more introverted being an only child.
Yeah, my brother's a gamer, so I'll just hear a scream from the next room that he lost or whatever, but
yeah. Like, the cons, they're not really, like, that bad. It's just kind of, like, the side of just, like, not having another person, like, around all the time. That's, like, mostly.
Awesome. So next we have different types of parenting styles with or without siblings. So I can think of some off the top of my head, but helicopter style. Oh, Lord. Helicopter style, I'll give you a little rundown. Basically, your parent is, like, think of it as an umbrella in the rain. They kind of just constantly are just over your head, just looking after you. I mean, they care about you a lot, but comes a point when you need to experience things and you need to do your own thing and not have your parent do everything for you. And with siblings, I think it's less because you have a sibling to lie for you or do something like that. If you want to do something, like if you want to, that, or the sibling understands, like, what you're going through as well, so that as well. And then helicopter parents, I don't know what else to say about them. They're just, like, they look after you a lot, I guess. And they just hover over you and they do things for you, and when you want to do your own thing. And I think that sucks, but yeah.
I think there's another type of parenting which is kind of like almost like hands off in the sense that where like they're not a helicopter parent where they're like watching your every move, but like yes, they step in when they need to, but otherwise they're kind of just like there to guide you when you need it.
Yeah.
But for the most part, you can do like your schoolwork on your own, or do different things.
And then if you abuse that hands-off style, they'd probably change.
They turn to a little bit of a helicopter parent sometimes.
Yeah. But, I really like the hands-off style. That's what my parents do. My parents are very hands-off, and they let me do my own thing, but they also step in when they feel it is necessary. I'll give you a quick example. My brother is a little bit of a troublemaker, and he won't get up on time in the mornings. So my parents, they take his computer away or they'll take his phone away, but for the most part, they'll be like, okay, if you're going to not get up, I'll give you 3 days. If you don't consecutively don't get up for 3 days, I'm going to take your phone, I'm going to take whatever for you to get up on time. So it's kind of like if you don't do something that you're supposed to, you get a consequence. So it's not like, oh, you did it one time, you get a consequence. It's like you get chances and you get chances to improve, and if you don't, then that's when you get a punishment.
Like 3 strikes and you're out?
Yeah, kind of like that. So that's how my parents usually do it, and I really like it because I feel like it gives you a chance to learn and gives you a chance to get better. So I think I like that parenting style a lot. I've never gotten to strike 3 about anything because I usually change by the second time. So, so I really like the way my parents do it because it helps with learning and all that stuff.
Where, I mean, my mom's kind of more like on the helicopter-ish side, but there are times where like she's really laid back. It mostly comes with schoolwork, I notice, that kind of stuff. But my dad's like really hands off, and he's like, okay, well, if you don't study for the test, guess whose grade that's going to affect?
Right,
it's going to be your problem.
Learning, yeah.
You know, so they let me, as much as possible, sink and try to learn how to swim from my mistakes.
Yeah, which I really like that parenting style a lot. That's
probably,
That's just me though. I really like it.
I love growing up in a counterbalance household because it's kind of like learning to drive a car. You know when to like put your foot on the gas and take it on the brake. So.
Yeah. And then next up we have future life after you move out. So for siblings, this kind of sucks because you're leaving behind your little brother, your little sister, anything like that. And I feel so bad for him because then he's going to be an only child and it's going to be sad. And he's going to be in high school for 3 years without his older sister to look up to. So I feel kind of bad for him. But I'm also excited for college. I'm super excited. We're both seniors, so we're out of here in less than a year. So yeah, it's kind of crazy. But yeah, having a sibling, you're leaving them behind. Especially if you have a household that isn't exactly healthy, that might not be the best, especially if your parents are either, not getting along or whatever. But yeah, it's kind of sad, but with an only child.
With an only child, like at least you don't have to like leave a sibling behind, but I don't get to like experience a lot of those things like where you like call your younger sibling while you're at college and different things because it's just me, which I guess kind of is nice because then it's like
one less thing to worry about.
Like one less thing to worry about. And also, like my parents' one kid, so like they're doing it once, so it's different. They don't have to like drag my sibling if they don't want to come. But at the same time, it's like my friends are gonna come home and they're gonna be like, "Oh my god, I haven't seen my brother or sister in this long." I'm like,
you get that
I'm coming home and I'm seeing my parents.
Woo!
And then I'm gonna go back to my friends to say hi. But like there's that. But honestly, I think like being an only child is kind of nice though, as far as like college goes, because then that's like, I mean, like budget wise, that can almost like broaden your horizons a little bit because they don't, my parents don't have to think about like another kid following.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Thank you guys so much for listening. This has been Juliette, your sports editor.
And Hadley, your entertainment and opinion editor.
Reporting for The Sage.